In the shadowy depths of the southern swamps, over 200 people have mysteriously vanished over the last 50 years. Despite countless investigations, the fate of these souls remains shrouded in darkness, leaving experts baffled and locals terrified. Could the legends of the swamp-dwelling cannibals be more than just tales? Tonight, we delve into one of the most chilling mysteries of the Deep South, the forgotten souls who wandered into the swamp and were never seen again. Stories of nighttime terror have circulated for generations, but what truly lies beneath the murky waters? This mystery not only haunts the local community, but has also attracted paranormal investigators and skeptics alike. Why does this eerie legend continue to captivate our imagination? The mystery begins in the heart of the swamp, where dense fog and treacherous waters conceal the remnants of old forgotten cabins. Locals speak in hushed tones about the strange noises that echo through the night, cries for help, eerie laughter, and the rustling of unseen creatures. The disappearances started decades ago, with lone travelers and curious explorers being the first victims. Soon, entire search parties sent to investigate would also vanish without a trace. The authorities found no bodies, no signs of struggle, just an empty silence that left more questions than answers. Individuals who ventured into the swamp have reported strange phenomena. The sight of shadowy figures moving between the trees, whispers that seem to come from nowhere, and an overwhelming feeling of dread. Some have claimed to see glowing eyes in the darkness, while others speak of a deep, guttural growl that chills the blood. Over time, a legend emerged, one that spoke of cannibalistic tribes who had once inhabited the swamp, surviving on the flesh of those unfortunate enough to wander into their domain. But is this merely a myth, or is there some truth to these tales? Theories about the disappearances range from the plausible to the supernatural. Some believe that the victims were swallowed by the treacherous terrain, quicksand and hidden sinkholes that led to their demise. Others argue that the swamp itself is cursed, a place where the boundary between the living and the dead is perilously thin. Then some believe in the cannibal legend, pointing to ancient Native American folklore and the discovery of human remains deep within the swamp as evidence. The history of this swamp is as murky as its waters. The land was once home to Native American tribes who believed that malevolent spirits roamed the area, seeking to claim the souls of the living. Early settlers who dared to make their homes here reported strange occurrences, disembodied voices, unexplained fires, and an unsettling presence that seemed to watch their every move. Over time, these settlers abandoned their homes, leaving behind only the decaying structures that now stand as silent witnesses to the past. In the early 20th century, the legend of the swamp cannibals gained traction when a series of disappearances coincided with the discovery of mutilated remains. These remains, found deep within the swamp, bore signs of ritualistic practices, bones carefully arranged in patterns, skulls with strange markings, and the remnants of what appeared to be primitive tools. Some theorized that a hidden cult had taken refuge in the swamp, living off the grid and following ancient, barbaric customs. But despite numerous searches, no concrete evidence of such a group has ever been found. As the years passed, more and more people went missing. Investigators, journalists, and even thrill seekers hoping to debunk the legend have all disappeared without a trace. Theories have continued to evolve. Some suggest that the disappearances are the work of a serial killer, using the swamp as a dumping ground for victims. Others believe that the swamp itself is sentient, a living entity that consumes those who trespass on its domain. And then there are the paranormal investigators who are convinced that the swamp is a gateway to another dimension, where the souls of the lost are trapped, unable to find peace. Perhaps the most compelling piece of evidence came from a group of paranormal investigators who entered the swamp armed with cameras and recording devices. Their footage, recovered by search teams weeks later, showed the group growing increasingly disoriented as they ventured deeper into the swamp. Strange lights appeared in the distance, and the sound of footsteps, unseen but unmistakable, echoed around them. The last few minutes of the recording are a chaotic blur of screams and frantic movement before the screen goes dark. No trace of the investigators was ever found. This footage, while chilling, only adds to the mystery. If there is indeed something lurking in the swamp, whether it be human, animal, or supernatural, it has remained elusive, defying all attempts to uncover the truth. Some argue that the footage is a hoax, a clever fabrication meant to fuel the legend. But those who have experienced the swamp firsthand are not so easily convinced. They speak of an overwhelming sense of malevolence, as if the very air is charged with a dark energy. And while skeptics may dismiss these stories, the fact remains. The swamp continues to claim lives, and the truth of what lies within remains just out of reach. The mystery of the forgotten souls of the swamp remains one of the most enduring and terrifying legends of the Deep South. Despite countless efforts to solve it, the swamp holds its secrets close, refusing to give up the truth. Whether it's the work of a hidden cult, a serial killer, or something far more sinister, the swamp continues to haunt those who dare to venture into its depths. And as long as the disappearances continue, the legend will live on, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are never meant to be solved. What do you think is behind the disappearances in the swamp? Are they the work of something human, or is there a darker force at play? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you're intrigued by mysteries like this one, be sure to check out our video on the Haunted Bayou, where we explore another spine-chilling tale of the unknown. Until next time, remember, some places are better left unexplored.